Can't Hurt Me. Book by Goggins. Chapter 3. Turning His Life Around. After leaving the military, Goggins was now working as an overnight exterminator in Indianapolis, where he weighed an astounding 300 pounds. At 4 a.m., Goggins recalls entering a dirty restaurant to spray for cockroaches. After approaching a nest of cockroaches, he aimed his cockroach spray in the center of their nest and struck. Suddenly, thousands of cockroaches swarmed out of the woodwork, pouring over him and the room. Sprinting out of the building, swatting at cockroaches and cursing, Goggins started to question how he wound up here. 300 pounds and spraying cockroaches for a living. Where was he headed? That same morning, Goggins got home and stumbled upon a TV documentary about the Navy SEALs, the most lethal fighting force with the toughest training in the world. To become a SEAL, you had to be among the best. He watched as they struggled through mud, sweat, and tears, and was amazed at their mental toughness and determination to keep going. Before the show even ended, Goggins was making calls to recruiters around the country to become admitted to SEALs training, called BUD-S, Basic Underwater Demolition SEAL. Soon, Goggins would learn that he was too heavy to join the Navy and that the BUD-S program was shutting down in just 3 months. Weighing in at 297 pounds, Goggins would need to lose 107 pounds in less than 3 months if he wanted a fighting chance at becoming a Navy SEAL. That's more than a pound a day for 90 days. Over the next 3 months, Goggins implemented a strict fitness regimen. Every day, Goggins would wake up at 4:30 a.m. and hit the exercise bike for 2 hours. After that, he would drive to the nearest pool and swim for another 2 hours. Then, he would head to the gym for some intense circuit training that included at least 5 sets of 200 reps for all major muscle groups. His day was still not over, however, and he'd spend the rest of his day on the exercise bike, both before and after dinner. Additionally, he created a new accountability mirror and fought through the depression and negativity that told him that he couldn't do it. Believe it or not, Goggins lost the weight and joined the BUD-S 6-month program aimed at choosing 30 of the toughest 120 candidates. Most of the dropouts occur during the 3rd week, referred to as Hell Week. Throughout the week, candidates are exposed to extreme life-threatening conditions at sea and are incredibly sleep-deprived. In fact, it is so hard that people often die during this week. It was during this week that Goggins developed the concept of the armored mind. He had failed Hell Week twice already, and his 3rd attempt would be his last. He realized that if he wanted to reach his goal, he would have to penetrate the minds of the instructors standing in his way. When tasked with one of their toughest challenges of lifting a boat above their heads and marching across the beach with it, Goggins encouraged his team. He shouted at them to keep going, and they began to chant and show their instructors that they were relentless. They would never give up. Goggins refers to this as taking souls, which refers to the act of demoralizing your competition and showing them that their attacks are ineffective.